That voice, do you recognize it? It might not be the whispers from the locker room anymore. Today, it's the headline of a sensational article, a comment in a forum, or maybe it's just a quiet, nagging question in the back of your own mind. A question that's been following some of us for decades, planted in our youth and never fully uprooted. Am I doing this wrong? Is it too much? My name is Dr. Alistair Vance. I'm a urologist, and for more than 20 years, I've had conversations about this very topic with thousands of patients in the privacy of my clinic. And what I've learned is that for all our medical advancements, the simple act of self-pleasure remains one of the most misunderstood aspects of human health. It is shrouded in a dense fog of myth, guilt, and shame. Today, we are going to clear that fog with the bright, disinfecting light of science. We will not shy away from the awkward questions. We are going to dismantle the 6 most persistent and damaging myths about masturbation, one by one. And most importantly, we will answer that central question. Can you really masturbate too much? The answer is far more nuanced, and frankly, far more empowering than you might think. So whether you're here to soothe a lifelong worry or simply to get the facts straight, I'm glad you're here. Let's talk about it. Before we start busting myths, let's establish a baseline. From a purely medical and psychological standpoint, masturbation is a normal, healthy, and natural part of human sexuality for people of all genders and ages. This is not an opinion. It's a medical consensus. Think of it as a form of sexual self-discovery. It's one of the primary ways we learn about our own bodies, what feels good, what we respond to, and how our own arousal works. This self-knowledge is invaluable, whether you are single or in a long-term partnership. The benefits are well documented and extend beyond the purely physical: stress reduction and mood elevation, pain relief. It provides a safe sexual outlet, and it may even be good for prostate health. So the foundation of this conversation is this. We are talking about a fundamentally healthy act. The problems and myths arise not from the act itself, but from the baggage we attach to it. Let's start unloading that baggage. All right, let's get the oldest and most absurd ones out of the way first. Masturbation causes blindness, hairy palms, or stunts your growth. No, absolutely not. There is not a single shred of scientific evidence to support any of these claims. These are pure folklore, likely invented centuries ago as a way to scare young people, particularly young men, away from exploring their own bodies. They were tools of social control, not medical warnings. Your eyesight is safe, and your palms will remain hair-free. Next myth. Masturbation causes erectile dysfunction. This is one of the most serious and anxiety-inducing myths I encounter. Men worry that they are using up their erections or somehow damaging the mechanism. Masturbation itself does not cause erectile dysfunction. ED is a complex medical condition, often linked to cardiovascular issues, diabetes, hormonal imbalances, or psychological factors. However, this myth has a kernel of truth hidden inside it, which is why it persists. It's not that you masturbate, but how you masturbate that can sometimes affect your sexual function with a partner. The issue is conditioning. If you consistently masturbate with an extremely tight grip and aggressive high-speed friction, you can condition your brain and nerves to require that specific, intense level of stimulation to reach orgasm. When you are then with a partner, the sensations of intercourse may feel less intense by comparison. The problem isn't the masturbation, it's the development of a specific stimulus preference that doesn't translate well to partnered sex. We'll talk about how to address this later. Myth number 3, masturbation lowers your testosterone. This is a popular myth in fitness and alpha male communities. The idea is that you're depleting your masculine essence. The science is clear. This is false. Having an orgasm causes a brief, temporary fluctuation in various hormones, but it does not have any lasting, clinically significant impact on your overall baseline testosterone levels. Your body is a robust system designed to regulate its hormones. This myth has no physiological basis. Myth 4. It ruins your sensitivity and your relationship. This myth is a combination of the physical and the emotional. The sensitivity part is directly related to myth number 2. If you make masturbation a quickie every time, you're not necessarily ruining your sensitivity, but you are training it for a very specific scenario. The relationship part is more complex. A healthy solo sex life can exist alongside a healthy partnered sex life. The problem arises when masturbation is used as an escape from intimacy with a partner. If you are consistently choosing solo sex over partnered sex, then it's not the masturbation that's the problem, it's the underlying emotional or relational issues that need to be addressed. The act isn't the villain. The context and motivation are what matter. Myth number 5. There is a normal frequency for masturbation. Patients often ask me, "Doctor, what's a normal number of times to masturbate per week?" There isn't a magic number. The range of what is normal for human sexual behavior is incredibly wide. Some people may masturbate daily, some weekly, some monthly, and some not at all. All of these can be perfectly healthy. Comparing your frequency to some imagined average is a recipe for anxiety. Your normal is what feels right for you, your body, and your life, provided it isn't causing negative consequences. Which brings us to our final and most important myth. Myth 6. You can masturbate too much. This is the big one, the ultimate question. And the answer is yes, you can masturbate too much. But too much is not defined by a number. Too much is defined by consequences. In medicine, we consider a behavior to be a problem when it starts to negatively interfere with your life. Ask yourself these 4 questions. 1. Is it causing physical harm? 2. Is it interfering with your responsibilities? 3. Is it causing you significant psychological distress? 4. Is it damaging your important relationships? If you answered yes to one or more of these questions, then for you, the behavior may have crossed a line from healthy to problematic. The issue isn't a moral failing. It may be a sign of a compulsive behavior pattern that needs professional attention. For the vast majority of people, the answer to these questions is no, and for them, the concept of too much is a myth. So we've cleared away the myths. The final step is to build a positive framework. A healthy relationship with masturbation isn't about stopping. It's about making it a more mindful, positive, and integrated part of your life. First, vary your technique. Break the conditioning. Deliberately try different grips, speeds, and types of stimulation. Second, always use lubricant. This seems simple, but it's crucial. It protects your skin from irritation and injury. Third, slow down and be mindful. Instead of rushing toward the finish line, try to stay present in the moment. And finally, and most importantly, let go of the guilt. This is the core message. Recognize that those old whispers from the playground were born of ignorance, not science. Understand that you are engaging in a healthy, normal human behavior. That voice of doubt, the one that asks, "Am I normal? Am I doing this wrong?" It thrives in silence and darkness. Today, we've turned on the lights. We've seen that masturbation is not a vice to be ashamed of, but a natural function to be understood. We've learned that the dangers are not inherent to the act, but lie in the extremes of compulsion and conditioning. The problem is rarely the what, but the how and the why. Your sexuality is a part of you, and it deserves to be approached with curiosity, kindness, and self-respect, not fear and shame. My hope is that this conversation has given you the facts you need to silence that nagging whisper for good and replace it with a voice of confidence and self-acceptance. This is your body, your health, and your life. Own it, understand it, and be kind to yourself. Thank you for trusting me with your time today. Be well.